A certain molecule was shown to alleviate and in some cases prevent ankylosing spondylitis in mice. It was called indole 3-acetic acid, or IAA. You can see that all of the inflammatory markers tested were reduced in the IAA treated mice, and you compare this to the PG bar here, which is the mice that were induced with ankylosing spondylitis. All of these inflammatory markers come down, as you can see by the red lines. The only line that's pointing upwards is actually interleukin 10, which is an anti-inflammatory marker. They also found that it changed the microbiome in these mice, which I find very fascinating, because if you look at the Shannon index here, which to put very simply is the higher the box, the more microbial diversity. And in the ankylosing spondylitis mice, they had the highest microbial diversity compared to the controls or the healthy controls, and the IAA treated group brought this diversity back down to more where it should be. Now, what is this basically saying? Well, more diversity is linked to AS. What I think is happening, and it fits with everything else I've seen, is that do the ankylosing spondylitis mice actually have more pathogenic bacteria and a greater diversity of more harmful bacteria that is causing the AS? Think Klebsiella or Citrobacter, Enterobacter, but Klebsiella is the main one that we talk about. People think that they need to promote more gut bacteria, they need to feed the microbiome, but if you look at this, we're potentially seeing that perhaps more diversity, but obviously in the case it's going to be more pathogenic diversity, perhaps is causing the AS, and to reduce the symptoms of AS, you needed to reduce that diversity or probably kill off or rebalance the microbiome. They also looked at the intestinal tissue of these mice, and you can see in the AS group that there was a breakdown in the gut barrier. Compared to the IAA treated group, the gut barrier was more reformed, the tight junctions were there, and this probably played a big role in alleviating the AS symptoms. Another look at the microbiome, there is for sure a difference between the AS group and the non-AS group and the ones that were treated with IAA. There is for sure a huge impact of bacterial abundance, of bacterial ratios on the cause of ankylosing spondylitis. Why is this all important? Firstly, IAA is a byproduct of the breakdown of tryptophan, and tryptophan is an amino acid that you can find in meats, fish, eggs, many different foods. And these foods are great for many reasons, but we can see here, perhaps the increase of the tryptophan, more chance of having a higher amount of IAA. Could this help with ankylosing spondylitis? But the more important point I want to make, and to make it clear that just eating more tryptophan isn't going to cure AS, I can tell you that for sure. This is a specific study looking at AS-induced mice and how the IAA molecule was able to alleviate this. In the real human world with real AS like I have/I had, you absolutely probably need to do more